It looks like it's the Fisherman's turn to take a stab with a slasher sequel resurgence, as I Know You Did Last Summer is coming back in a big way.
Groovy.
What's going on, everybody? You can't kill Dill here, lover of all things morbid, macabre, and horrific, and if you are too, then fucking beautiful. Please excuse me, I just got back home from the gym, and then I was like, I'm gonna check Bloody Disgusting and see what's going on in the world. And the first fucking thing I see is that I Know You Did Last Summer is coming back, but there's a lot more than just that. Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. are returning for an I Know What You Did Last Summer sequel. This is something I thought would never happen. In the wake of Amazon's short-lived television series, Deadline reports that Sony Pictures is bringing I Know What You Did Last Summer back with a brand new sequel movie. The biggest news here, Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr., who starred in the original 1990s slasher movie, are in talks to reprise their roles for the new movie. Jennifer Caton Robinson has been brought on board to direct the film. Deadline reports, insiders say the project is still in early development and that Neil H. Mortis is in talks to return as producer with Leah McKendrick on board to write the script. The site also notes while McKendrick is penning that pick, the idea for the new film came from Robinson and McKendrick, who blew studio execs away when they pitched this idea for a sequel last fall, especially given the recent success of the Scream franchise. Okay, so first things first, obviously, the most exciting part about this, at least for me, I can't speak for everybody, the most exciting part about this for me, though, is Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. I'm a fan of both of them, you know, ideally really just from this film. I mean, their careers are great and all, don't get me wrong. Obviously, Freddie Prinze Jr. from, you know, Scooby-Doo and all that. But as a kid, I didn't see him in Scooby-Doo first. I saw I Know What You Did Last Summer first. Similar with, you know, Matthew Lillard and Scream. It wasn't Scooby-Doo for me, it was Scream. And I feel like, and I know this isn't, you know, innately true with both of them. I know they took off in their careers. You know, Freddie Prinze Jr. does a lot of voice acting, and I know that Jennifer Love Hewitt had her own show for a long time. She's successful. They're both successful. But for me, this is the movie that I think of when I think of those two actors. I am shocked. I never thought this would happen, but I'm super stoked. I mean, hop on the fucking bandwagon. I'm not going to hate on that at all. You know, if we want more of these legacy sequels, we want the horror genre to, you know, continue with this resurgence. Do, you know, at any means necessary, in my opinion. And if this is done well, then shit. Just like, you know, bring it on, dude. I'm ready for it. That's so good. I fucked. As for Jennifer Caton Robinson, who is the director that's been brought on to direct this film, I'm not familiar with Do Revenge. She doesn't have a big body of work, and I don't know how that went. I don't know if it was good. I don't know if people loved it. I'm assuming that it was well received, because why would they, you know, want this? Why would they want her to come on if what she did wasn't impressive? So I'm sure that it was. It may not be my type of movie. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it. I'll check it out, though. I really don't have any opinion here, but I trust in the process, at least a little bit. What really most excites me about this, though, is that apparently they blew the studio execs away with the idea that they pitched. That's really exciting. What can you do with the I Know You Did Last Summer franchise? It took a terrible turn. I am actually a big fan of I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. I know it has its fair share of haters. I actually know a lot of people who prefer I Still Know What You Did Last Summer over the original. A lot of people don't know about the third film, surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly. A lot of people don't know about I'll Never Forget What You Did Last... I can't remember the third one. Is it I'll Never Forget What You Did Last Summer, or I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer? That's what it is. It's I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer. That movie sucks balls. If you haven't watched it, just fucking watch it. For sure, watch it. It's not necessarily time wasted. It's, I mean, okay, yeah, maybe it is, but it's, okay, I can't even say it's worth it. Just fucking watch it. Just do it for a laugh, at least. I had to. I bought the son of a bitch on DVD because I saw it in a bargain bin for like $4 or something like that. I think it was even less. It might have been like $2. And I was like, you know, I never saw this because I knew already that they had taken it into like the realm of supernatural. And I'm not a hater on supernatural films. In fact, some of the films I find the scariest a lot of the time tend to be like more paranormal type films, ghost films done really well, stuff like that. Anyways, beside the point, it's just, I don't like the idea of slashers being brought into the supernatural realm. Like, if they were to ever take Ghostface into, you know, the realm of supernatural beings and make him like a fucking actual phantom or invincible like Jason, or, I mean, it just doesn't work for me. You can take characters like Jason into the realm of being supernatural, and that worked. That's fine. I feel like that would even work today. I feel like there's a way you can do that. Evil Dead, obviously. You know, there's a Nightmare on Elm Street, these things, even, you know, but that started out kind of supernatural. But when you take things like Michael Myers, he's even a character you can take into the realm of being supernatural, in my opinion. Some people don't really agree with that, but I fucking love the Thorn trilogy. Eat shit. If you don't agree, I don't. It's too bad. I don't know what to tell you. Fuck up shit bags. But certain things you just can't do that with. And I feel like I'll Always Know You Did Last Summer is a prime example of that. It's fucking garbage dog shit, dude. Like, I don't think even a good script could have saved that. Granted, nobody would have even wasted time on like writing anything serious for that movie at all. It was balls, dude. It was not good. So the fact that, you know, we get to get a true follow-up, you know, with some real effort put behind it, some real money thrown behind it, you know, bring back our fucking stars. Yes, dude. I know that a lot of people look at I Knew You Did Last Summer as sort of this, you know, it rode the coattails of the Scream franchise. Well, you know, just like Urban Legend, it rode the coattails of the Scream franchise, or Valentine. I don't care. I do not care. I love these fucking films. I love 90s slashers. You know, it might be my favorite era for horror. I'm not sure. 90s, maybe not. Probably the 80s still. But, you know, those films, the Scream franchise really kickstarted something. And so when you have I Know You Did Last Summer, in my opinion, was totally primo, dude. It's a fun movie. It fits right into that era, man. Like, it may be different for people today who grew up a little later, you know, but as a kid in the 90s, it was so fucking good. I mean, you know, going from Scream to that, it was like, yeah, dude, that's kind of what, you know, horror, that was like what cutting edge horror was for me as a kid. You know, I had these boxes of old 80s horror films, you know, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Friday the 13th, Halloween, you know, Hellraiser, Leprechaun movies, Puppet Master, and all these things on VHS and stuff. And, you know, Evil Dead. Okay, I'll stop listing shit off. But, like, as those movies were coming out, they were new, they were cutting edge for me. And so maybe they just kind of left a mark. I love this era of films, and I love that it's kind of getting a little bit of a reboot. I mean, we know we're getting an Urban Legend too. Like, that's been talked about for a minute. And so I hope now that I Know You Did Last Summer is kind of making a move, then we're going to start seeing this fucking shit happen again. I mean, dude, what I'm really curious about though is, is it going to be a direct sequel from I Know You Did Last Summer, like the original movie? I'm kind of torn on this. Or is it going to be a follow-up from I Still Know You Did Last Summer? If that's the case, if it's a follow-up to the sequel, and, you know, both movies are canon to this universe still, then you have the problem of what the fuck are you going to name it? They could just pull a Scream and call it I Know What You Did Last Summer. But at the same time, I don't know. Let's not get on the title talk. That's a whole other, it's a fucking rabbit hole, and I don't feel like crawling down it. So really what I'm curious about is it going to be a follow-up to the original? Is it going to be or is I Still Know You Did Last Summer going to count? We have no idea. It's still, it says that it's still really early in development. You know, it's in the early stages. So we have a long time to wait for, you know, more details. But as things start coming out, I will definitely be covering it. I'll be talking about it, theorizing. You know, I will be definitely keeping tabs on this. And, you know, this really kind of continues to stoke the flames of what I've been so excited since Scream, you know, Scream 5 was announced back then. That fire is still burning, and it's, you know, shit, man. Because I knew once Halloween 2018 did good, I knew that this was going to happen. I just knew that we were going to start getting films, man. And I only prayed for Scream. I never thought it would happen, and it's fucking happened. And we're getting a fucking sequel, and it's coming out really fucking soon. And now, Urban Legend, I Know What You Did Last Summer. We got Texas Chainsaw. Yeah, there's mixed reviews on that. Whatever. I'm not talking about that right now, but it's coming. What other films from the late 90s and early 2000s would you want to see get this treatment, you know, in that slasher pocket over there? Like, there's so much we could do, and it could go so wrong at the same time. But I'm here to enjoy the ride. I hope you are too. If you enjoy this kind of content and you want to keep up on it with me, go ahead and stab the like button, /subscribe, and cut that bell notification. I'll see you later.